our class. So I'm going to start our class and please someone confirm, are you able to see my screen before you continue? Yes, you're able. Okay, thank you. Now, we've looked at a lot of things. Yeah, so this has really been an intensive cohort, by the way. So, and it's really amazing. We started from data wrangling from all of this. Now, let's take it a step further. Yesterday's class was very insightful and very important. If you haven't watched it, you can rewatch it again. So, today we are going to build up from what we've been learning from day one up to yesterday. And remember, there are some challenges that we encountered when just doing these formulas and doing the sort and coming up with these graphs. Now, today we are going to look at how we can streamline those charts. And at the same time, I'm going to teach you the crucial skill that we are going to learn. Now, today's class will be about something that is called pivot tables and pivot charts. I will guarantee you this. Even if you learn Tableau and Power BI, it is still here. It is the backbone. Yeah, so, and even the same pivot tables are in Python. For those of us who will come back and learn Python, it is also there. So, let me show you what it works. Now, pivot tables works like this. So, we have our, let me drag this one here. We have our order priority for the customers here. We have the high, low, medium. Now, I want to insert a pivot table. Now, how do we do a pivot table? Before you go to the definition, you come here to pivot tables, here at insert. You select anywhere inside this data. So Excel automatically detect the data that you have, or you can just click up here, then select. Now I'm going to select existing worksheet to insert it just here below. Then I'm going to insert it here. Look at where the cell is, then click OK. Voila, there we have our pivot table. Very first one. Don't worry, we'll look at it in depth. Now, we have our order priority and customers. Remember, this is a unique and count if. Bear that in mind. So we have our order priority right here. Then we have the customers right there. So you can also do a count as well. Or if in some cases, you can also do a customer ID. I don't know whether we have the customer ID here. I think we can do that one. Yeah, it's still okay. So this is the number of times it appears. So don't worry. Now this one, you can see the similarity between the two. Or let me even do even better to help you understand. So remember SUMIF? How many of us remember SUMIF? Christine, welcome. How many of us remember SUMIF? Only Liz remembers. Mr. Wambua, I don't know whether you remember SUMIF. Okay, good. So let me open your mind a bit today. So I'm going to use the SUMIF formula, but I'm going to calculate here. So the order priority, this one, remember it is for the total. By the way, that's the mistake I've done. I've remembered now, but it's still okay. You can do the SUMIF for the consumer segment. So we are going to come here to range, look at SUMIF. Now this is for the market. I believe it was market. Yeah, the order priority rather, it's still okay. So I'm going to do a SUMIF for the order priority. Yeah, so working large data sets is amazing. So going to come select from up, going up like that. Then we're going to come here, select the criteria. Remember how we did it is simply like that. Done this quite a number of times. Then we are going to calculate the sales. Remember, this is for the consumer segment. Then we get our total sales like this. Now I'm going to change the data set here. I'm going to repeat this, don't worry. I want you to see something first. Then I'm going to select here. This is for the consumer data set that we are looking at. So don't worry. I want to help you define what pivot tables do. Now, yeah, by the way, somebody unmute and tell me what do you notice between these values and these values? Somebody unmute and tell us what do you notice? Let me pick David. What do you notice? Can unmute and tell us what do you notice between this and this?
They are the same.
Exactly. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Now, that is what happens behind the scenes in pivot tables. That's what I'm trying to show you. Now, pivot tables are used to summarize data. Simple terms. And just like the COUNTIF, SUMIF, average if, XLOOKUP, VLOOKUP, all those other formulas you've been looking at, that's now what accounts for pivot tables. So pivot tables are basically used to summarize data, and they are the best in doing data storytelling. I can guarantee you that. So look at it. Let's look at it in depth. So we have our data set here. Going to insert a table. Yeah. Then we are going to come up and select that one as well. So let's insert a new pivot table in a different sheet. So we are going to select any cell inside our source data that you want. Click pivot table. Then remember, you can name the table the way you want. Now I'm going to select a new worksheet and click OK. Awesome. So pivot table is very interesting. Pivot tables. Now we have this table here of which you can rename the pivot table. So let's say you can call this one uh, pivot table 1, for example, like that, then the name will change. We can also select the active field. We look at it as interact. We can group and ungroup data. We can insert a slicer and timeline. Here we look at slicers as well. Remember, I promised you that. I'm fulfilling that promise today. We can change that the refresh data. Um, we can refresh the data however much we want. So depending on what we want to achieve, we can change the data source like what you've seen me do. We'll look at it in a bit. We can look at the various actions. Here we'll just interact with this, then the calculations. Relationships, we look at it further in advanced Excel. You have the pivot chart, then recommended. This one it's pretty much easy. It's just summarizing complex data like what you've done. You have the show, you have the design, and all this we look at. Now for design, you can come and change the design of the pivot table depending on how you want. So let's look at how pivot tables work. So please, if you have any question, unmute, ask, stop me if I'm too fast, okay? Let's say we want now to calculate the total profit. We just drag here to values. You see on the right side of your Excel, you'll always have these pivot table fields. Now this is the field list, so if you uncheck there, it will disappear. If you click again, it will reappear. Now this is the purpose of that. Then you can show the field headers or not. So just look at it as we continue. Now here at the values, we can now change if you want, let's say instead of the sum, we can change the calculation metric. Instead of sum, we can come here to value field settings and then select maybe average. Then you see the average profit is that. And by the way, you can rename this here. Just simply you can come and click there, then rename as average profit, or you can also rename it here. Just right click, then click on it, value field settings, then the custom name. Now you can change it to whichever design that you want, and it will also appear. So any question up to that point? Any question? David, you're good? Christine, Wambua, you're good? I really like you guys to interact as well, so please don't be shy to ask. So I'm going to change this one to average. Profit, then I'm going to call this one AVG in capital. AVG, then call like that. So that is how we can rename. Don't worry. That's how sometimes it can work, and it will continue. Now let's continue and then we see. We can also insert a new pivot table as well. So don't be afraid. Can also come insert a new pivot table. Can call this one existing worksheet. Now I want to show you something. I usually recommend, if you want to insert two pivot tables the same sheet, not to insert them column wise but row wise, in short, horizontally. So if you insert it here, it will become easier. I will show you why in just a while. So let's get the total city. Let's get the total markets or even what category for each product, and you see the product. I want to show you something. Now, why am I selecting product ID? Here's the reason. Like the way we have our unique ID number. So the unique ID is like the unique identifier. So the product ID, if you study this data set well, while you are wrangling, it is the unique identifier for each and every product. So that's why I've selected it like that. Now, from the data type of the product ID, we can see that the product ID is it's mixed. I think it is mixed here. Can have numbers and letters and symbols, so it is mixed. Hence why you are seeing by default it is the count of product ID. That is why we are seeing it there. But remember, data types are also very crucial in any part of Excel. So don't forget that. Now, for the count of product ID, you cannot change it to sum because it will bring an error or it will bring 0 because of the data type. So don't try to do that. And also you can scroll down depending on the data type, you can get the standard deviation of population and variance of population and so on and so forth. So I'm going to return it to count. Let me show you something amazing. Sometimes as human beings, whenever we see large data, we get confused and get a bit overwhelmed. So we can come and now change this one into percentage. How do we do this? You can come here, right click, then go here and then look for show value as percentage of grand total. Are we together up to this point, by the way? Christine, how are you doing? Are you okay up to that point? If not, you can unmute and ask a question. If you are good, you can give me a thumbs up. Also to anyone else. Adam, welcome. Are you good up to that point? Okay. Now let me show you a bit of interesting referencing in Google in pivot tables. Now, whenever you can do a direct reference of any data inside here, but whenever you do a direct reference from a data in a pivot table, you must see this formula, get pivot data. Automatically, it will just pick like that, then you just press enter. Then from there, you can just use the format painter and then you just do like that. So that's how you can do a direct reference of the format data. Now, let's look more in depth about this. So the beauty about pivot tables, it has 4 sections. So if I was to drag the category to columns, you'll see it will appear like this. Then you can just rename, instead of count of product ID, you can just call this one products, like that. So don't worry about my PC, it will appear in yours. Then you can also come and then select the exact product that you want, or maybe the city, for example, then it will give you this nice robust data. So this is, imagine doing this uh, countif the unique here, then now doing the unique city, and then you are doing the various averages and what have you. It will really take time. So this is the beauty of pivot tables. So here, instead of row labels, you can name this one to city like that. Then these are the product categories. Yeah, I think are you guys also able to see my screen clearly? David, are you able to see my screen well?
Yes, yes.
What about you, Christine? And oh yeah. What about you, Adam? Are you able to see my screen well? If you are, please give me a thumbs up. Okay. So let's continue. So this is now how you can rename the pivot tables, and then you can see in depth how it works. Now we can also add a filter in the filter section, and you can see it will appear up here such that, do you remember the filter function, guys? David, do you remember the filter function? And Christine, the one that I showed you yesterday? Now it is also represented by pivot tables by dragging any of these columns onto the filter segment. So if I was to filter for consumer, I get all the products and the percentages that they appear in their various cities respectively, like that. If I wanted for home office, I can do the same like that. If I wanted to select two items, I just click here, then I just select any of the two, or I search here, depending on the data that is inside your filter. Are we together up to that point? Really want you to understand, because I know how sensitive and crucial pivot tables are. I know that for a fact. Now, this is basically how you can interact. Now, to remove a column here, you can just either drag it back like that, or you can just come and uncheck there as well. So that is how you can remove columns there. Then you can also reorder columns there like that. It will just change automatically. Right, so let's continue. Don't worry, Mr. Ambua, it's okay. You understand technology. So whichever little you can get, it's okay. The class is being recorded, but if you can get something, please stay. Right, so let's come and insert a pivot table and come up with a really nice graph. Now we have the products there. Now we want to insert in the state. Let me not even select state. Let me select country. Now, I think in Office 365, there has to be this formula, but we look at it later on as well. I know it is somewhere else in Excel. So let's insert a chart. Now you can come here and insert a pivot chart, but I want you to notice this is where the previous class comes into play. So you can select here a chart. Remember the various charts, and you can see some charts you cannot be able to select. So I'm going to show you how you can correct this, but first let's insert a bar graph like that. Then you can come and hide all fields from button chart like that. Since you are not dealing with any legend or categories, can uncheck like that. Can include data labels. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. I'll show you why. Then you can remove the primary vertical. So you can rename this one as products per city, for example. So this one you can rename it as products per city and leave it like that for now. Now I want to show you why I've inserted this graph like that. Let me zoom out a bit, that at least can be able to see. Now this data, you can imagine all this data has been summarized, into this graph. It's really hard to tell the insights that we can derive here. So what we are going to do, we are going to come here to the categorical data, the column that has the text data, rather. right click. You can also by the way come and do a sort, and I think we did the more sort and filter in the data wrangling class. It applies the same here. So I'm going to come here and then select filter, then I'm going to select top 10. Are you with me up to this point? If you're with me, give me a thumbs up, guys. Christine, you okay? Amazing. I don't know that Adam is still with us. Mr. Ambu, I understand your situation, not to worry. Yeah, not to worry. So we can come and click here top 10. Now we want to represent the bottom 5 cities that have products from our store. So instead of top here, since this dialog box has appeared, I'm going to select bottom. Okay, then I'm going to now to select the bottom 5. Want you to watch the magic that happens here and here. Then I'm going to click OK. Have you guys understood how I've arrived to bottom 5? I know this is an overlooked part of pivot tables. David, Christine, Wambo, have you guys understood how I've arrived here to bottom 5? Christine, can give me a thumbs up if you have. Right, it's okay. Well, Mr. Wambo, I hope you've understood how I've arrived to bottom 5. Okay, it's okay. Right. So let me repeat. Yeah, so I'm going to come here to the categorical data again. Remember, data types are important. So and remember, the categorical data has to be in rows and values for this one to work efficiently. Even can work with columns, but rows works better. So you can come here, right click on any of the categorical data or the text data, come down to filter, then now select top 10. Up to that point, Christine, are you with me? Good. Now, here I'm going to select bottom 5, but you can see here the filter is top 10. I want to select the bottom 5. So I'm going to click this drop down arrow, click bottom, then select 5. Up to that point, you're with me, Christine. Yeah. So you can also use these arrow keys up and down like that. Then now click OK. And there we have it. You can see our chart has changed from the bottom 5 to like that. Don't worry about this graph. But have you guys noticed the change? David, you can unmute. Have you seen any change that has happened to the graph and the pivot table?
Yes.
Right. So that's how we can do a real life change as well. Now to remove this filter, just click there, then click clear filter from country. Now let's select the top 10 instead of top 5. Then you can select here by products because of the data there. Then you can select percent or sum, depends on you. But I've already presented it as a percentage, so no need to change to either percent or sum. Then I'm going to click OK. And there we have it. Are you able to make a decision from this? David, are you able to make a decision from this? Yeah, guys, I wonder why you're not speaking. You're able. Sorry?
Yes, yeah.
All right. Right. Now, let me show you another hack. Thank you so much, David. If you want to sort this one, you can sort. Now, this is just indirectly the sort by function and sort function. So you can come here and click sort from largest to smallest, and it will appear. Mr. Wambua, do you mind unmuting and telling us what recommendation can you give based on this graph? Don't know that you're with us. You can unmute and just tell us what recommendation can you give based on this graph? Um, it's okay. If you're not able to unmute, it's okay. So you can see here, I know the details are not very clear, but even from the pivot table can help you. It's still okay, no worries. No worries, Mr. Ambo. Now, we can see that the top state is with the highest number of products percentage is United States from our data. So we'd really recommend to do more campaigns in that country and talk to the American government if we have to, and do more marketing campaigns and look for how we can set up a business right there. So basically, that is that. So that's how we can make a recommendation from it. So that's basically how we can use the top and bottom filters in pivot tables. So I'm going to delete this. Now, remember, in some cases, we cannot be able to use some certain charts. Okay? We cannot be able to use some certain charts in pivot charts as we've seen. So what we do, and by the way, before I continue there, let me show you. You can do a direct reference of this entire table like that. But notice we are selecting even the grand total column. And we don't want this to appear in our chart. Whether I can reduce this number of decimal places, it's possible. Yeah, remember the first exact class and second. Here, we don't want to select the grand total here to appear in our chart. So what we do, we head over now to design. We come here to grand totals, then we select off for rows and columns. Then it will appear as 0. So here I'm just going to come here at the formula again. Here, then I'm going to deselect E9 instead of E9, I'm going to put E8 like that. I hope we are together up to that point. So that's how you can remove the bottom part. Now, after you've done the direct cell reference, is now where we can insert the regular charts. So you can come here to the charts here. Then you can insert these other charts that pivot charts cannot be able to insert. You can even insert a waterfall, by the way. It's allowed. Even you can sort it here from sort from smallest to largest, then you can edit it however much you want. Let's do that quickly for the sake of Mr. Wambua. Then the grid lines. Then you can see if the color is blue, it represents an increase. If it is this color, it represents a decrease. So that is something very important to note, but I'm just going to leave it like that. Then I'm going to call this one as top um, product distribution or purchase per country, and you can now make a very nice recommendation from it. So that's how you can integrate these other charts that are not in pivot charts with a pivot table. Any question? If you are good, give me a thumbs up. David and Mr. Ambo, if you are good, give me a thumbs up. Yeah, Mr. Ambo, I understand. You can revisit the recording as well, so please feel free to do so. Now, and just remain for the few insights that you can get as well. Now we want to move on. I'm going to delete this. Notice I've done horizontally and vertically. Still show you why. Now instead of inserting another pivot table, we can just copy paste this one right here since the data source is the same. Now if you want to change the data source here, you now come to change data source there. Remember, our set table was table 1. We don't want table 1 now. We want the consumer data set. So what you are going to do, you are going to select the whole of it like that. Then you are going to click down there, then click OK. And you can see the metrics have changed. Then you just click refresh. And then you'll see that these metrics will change as well. So that is how you can go about it. I know it is percentage, there'll be minimal change, but if I was to show as no calculation, you'll see what exactly I am talking about. David, have you been able to understand what I've done? Have you understood what I've done? Okay, good. So that is how we can now come and change and rechange as well. Now let's move on to the next part. Here, let's return back to our original data set so that we can see. We can just select here, Control Shift right, Control Shift down like that, then click OK so that can retain the same data as well. So that is how you can do it. Then in case it doesn't change, you can just click refresh, then it will refresh again. Another interesting thing about pivot tables is that we can come up with a high detailed summary of it. But before we go there, let's go there. We can now come and click this one. And let's leave this one here. I show you can come with a detailed summary. So I'm going to insert again, pivot table, there, a new worksheet, still okay. I'm going to call this one table, pivot table, uh, detailed summary. Let me show you how it works. Now I'm going to rename this one to pivot table summary, pivot table 7 to pivot table summary. So I'm going to click there. You can also explore options and see like at your own free time, but I'm going to rename this one as detailed summary like that. Now from this detailed summary, I'll show you the reason why I've renamed it. It will help us later on this class. We want to come up with a detailed report for each and every customer. Now you can do a unique COUNTIF, lookup, all that. It's also another option, a manual way. This is a much more simpler way, but it's also good to remember the one that was there before. So I'm going to select here the customer name. Watch how the table looks like. Let me select the cleaned one. Yeah, like that. Remember, one thing about pivot tables, you cannot change any data like that. It will bring an error. So you have to just leave it as it is. Then here I'm going to select the city this customer belongs to. Watch how I'm going to arrange here. So I can scroll up and down like that. Then I'm going to select which state this person belongs to like that. I hope David you're following through. Yeah. Then I can put the country right there below states like that. Then I'm going to select maybe the segment as the filter. So I'm going to come here and select the segment. Then here I'm going to come and look for the order priority as well. I can put them under the segment there. Then I'm going to come and select what else, the market, maybe even the region before the market. Remember, this is XLOOKUP and all those other formulas we've been looking at, then the market below. Then I'm going to select maybe the category. Instead of product ID, don't really read it at this moment. I'm going to select the product name. I'm going to drag it there. Then, don't worry however much it looks like, don't worry. Then here I'm going now to do the quantity. Remember it will do a sum by default, then also sum of sales. Then you're going to do a discount right next to it. Then here I'm going to do, let's do the shipping cost as well. Right. Then here I can now do a profit. So just allow me to select there. Then you can now do a profit of the same. Right, so that's how we can now come up with without the data that we need. But if we look keenly, this data doesn't look good, isn't it? So that's now where this part of the design comes into play. So you can see the report layout is in compact form. By default, it is usually like that. You can also put it in outline form as well. but it won't bring much change, I believe. It will just bring something more complex. So the best way can do this is to show in tabular form. Then wait for it. Then you can see like that. Looks a bit more interesting, isn't it? Let me just minimize. So it looks something like this. Now, we have the next customer there, then Andre Bergman, blah, 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 like that. So if you don't want the customer name there, you can also just drag back like that, but I'm going to leave it there. Then I'm going to come here to subtotals. Then I'm going to check do not show subtotals. Then you can see it looks something like that. Mr. David, I don't know whether you're with me up to this point. Awesome. Now, instead of now inserting these buttons because we don't really need them, you can come back here to show and remove the buttons. Then you can just come and double click like that. Then I think my Excel is hanging, but it's okay. It will just bring and show as well. So that is how we can come up with a high level detailed summary using pivot tables. Pretty amazing, isn't it, David?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so this is when you start now on advanced Excel, you can combine all of these skills that you learn up to this week and also implement them at your own pace and even can practice them even in your day job. So just give my Excel time to respond because I know it is a large data set. It is equidistantly spacing the same. So far so good. Before we continue, as we wait for this Excel to stop yeah, behaving like this. It happens in large data sets. This is how it reality looks like. Do you have where do you see yourself applying pivot tables, Mr. David?
Now already I'm using it in my day to day.
Okay.
Yeah, so already I'm applying it. Actually, I use it almost every single day.
I hope you're learning something new on pivot
Yes,
tables.
yes. I'm learning very new things.
Oh, okay. Oh my. Oh
Yeah,
my.
very very new things like this one. The formats. I didn't know that you can change the format or like having it to sometimes changing it to compact. No, I didn't know these ones.
Okay.
Yeah, but I just knew the basic.
Okay, okay. Had you understood where pivot tables originated from?
Sorry,
Had you understood the source of pivot tables initially?
this was no.
Yeah, now you can see that the source has been the countif. Have you seen why
Yeah,
I've really been insisting on the countifs
yeah, yes, yeah, yeah.
and the X lookup? So that is how it basically looks like.
Mm.
Right.
It's
So
just a simplified countif.
exactly. So let's say you want to come up with a report like this, then you want to see for, let's say, this person, Aaron Bergman, and then you want to see which kind of products that he has, the city, maybe he bought, and this is very possible, by the way, in the sense
Okay,
that Mr. Aaron could have bought these products maybe in Apopa. He then traveled to Arlington. He could also have traveled to Sao Paulo, I think in Brazil, to this city called Barueri and now deliver to buy another product there. Maybe it could be for work. As you can see, he bought a mouse. So it actually makes sense as well. So what I'm saying is as you design this high level summary report, kindly make sure that it is also relevant and making sense as well. Any question, David?
no, I'm good. I'm good.
I believe as an M&D sometimes you use surveys, isn't it?
M&E was the no, not M&E.
Oh,
That
sorry.
was I think the other guy.
Yeah, Mr. Ambua, yes, sorry. But
Yeah.
you had mentioned that you are in the which field?
Uh, Finance, project and finance. Yeah.
Ah, very good. Then I think you are a very happy person at this point with Pivot Table.
Yeah. Yeah.
So where do you see yourself using this detailed summary in terms of finance?
No, even next week. I want to practice this one over the weekend and then I
Yeah?
use it next week.
Oh, amazing. So that is
Yeah.
how the beauty of it. And do you see yourself doing something like this? Like even just designing it and like that? Do you see yourself
Uh,
presenting a high level report while with this kind of pivot table?
yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
that's what and I want to go and practice next week.
yeah. So I'll give you a secret. Once you understand pivot tables, they are very much used in financial modeling and reporting a lot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's good to understand. So please, if you have any question, ask away.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Do you have any question?
No, for now, no. For now, no.
No, please don't be mesmerized and feel like I'm overwhelming you with information.
No, for now, I think I'm fine.
Right. Let's continue then.
Okay, thank you.
Right. So I believe my Excel has stopped misbehaving. So you can come and then insert the borders the way you want to insert them. But I won't do that because I know Excel will misbehave again. So I'm going to come here. Then I'm going now to change the data type. Let's put this one as dollars. Discount percentage, control shift down, shift up. Then change to percentage. Then the total shipping cost and total profit. Let's change this one to accounting so that because I know some profits are negative. So you can see anything that is in bracket is a negative, basic accounting. So I'm just going to come here to accounting on number formats. Uh-huh. Yeah, if it's negative, I just return it that to currency, then you can see for yourself. Also, you can add a bit of conditional formatting as well. So it's pretty much allowed. Then you can add the color scales. I think shipping cost is a red flag. Yeah, so anything that is high will give us that one as well. It is a red flag. Remember conditional formatting, a bit of revision. You can come back here, then click manage rules, then edit rule. We don't want the to scale, we want icon sets as well. Remember, shipping cost is a red flag, David, okay? If you remember, we want to minimize cost. Any financial or any metric that you do, you'll have to minimize cost. So I'm going to select this one here. Then I'm going to click reverse order so that if anything is, let's say above, let's say 75%, it is a red flag, and anything let's say above 45% is an amber flag, or anything below. Even you can put this one to 30 as well. So this their values can play around with them however much you want. Then click apply. Then you can see the green flag. So this one I know it's just prototype data, so don't worry about it. And yeah, it's just prototype data as well. Any question, Mr. David?
No, no question.
All right. So we have for profits. Yeah, this one you can redo it at your own free time. I'm going to save time today. Then you can put also the data bars and anything that is negative, it will bring a red bar like that. If it is positive, strong positive, it will bring something like that. But that's all about the how you can apply conditional formatting there. Such that now if somebody was to interact with this report, assume we've added the borders, you can now come click there. Let's say we want the segment only for consumer office. Then you can select that one. it filters through for consumer office only. So this is just the filter function that we looked at yesterday in play behind the scenes. So designing it like this is very interactive, whereby somebody can filter through. Let's say you can look for Kenya. Believe Kenya is just here. So you can click OK. I believe it should filter for Kenya. So I'm going to select all 10, select Kenya, then click OK, like that. I believe it should filter through for Kenya, but not to worry. I think my PC has a problem, but it's all right. So that's how you can filter through. You can select even the market. Let's say you want Africa, like that, then it filters through. So you can select all again. Let's try selecting Kenya as well. So value filters, then can come here equals, not total quantity rather. Yeah. So let's come here again. Yeah, label filters can select equals Kenya, like that. Then yes, we have Kenya like that. So you can see we have been having some tourists. Yeah, I'm afraid we can't see any name like Kinoti or Ochola or Wakaba or Wanjiru here. Yeah, so we can see that we have the various filters. We have
Yeah.
for Kenya. Yeah, you're saying something, David?
No, I was just affirming what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah. So you can see the highest customer bringing us the highest profit, and at least the shipping cost is somehow manageable. Is this customer right there? And you can get Liz Willingham from Mombasa and see why she wanted local flowers, and you can look for the second. So this is just how a marketing manager can interact with it and just see where do we really need to improve and which customer do we need to call. So guys, even in customer care can use this as well. Any question, David?
No question.
All right, let's head over back here. Now, we want to insert as many graphs as we can. So let me just convert this one to percentage, show value as percentage. Then I can just insert a graph, just a minute. I'm going to insert a pivot chart. Adam, welcome back. So I'm going to insert a pivot chart since you already have the pivot table. I'm going to insert, let me not insert a pivot chart since we referenced here. I'm going to insert a pivot chart. Yeah, you can see even you have a map there, show you. So you have it like that. Just a minute, you can come here, check, then axis like that. Instead of data table, you can add data labels. Really, we don't really need a data table since you have the data labels. We are kind of like repeating ourselves. So I'm going to call this one top products per city. Think you can be able, are you guys able to understand the title given this data like this? David, are you able to understand? Okay, okay. Right, so that's how you can come and then format. Shape effects, can add a B level, like that. So this one is just a bit of refresher of what we did yesterday. You can see yesterday's class, we are applying it directly here. Then we have now this map here that now we can insert. So I'm going to come to pivot table, analyze, then select pivot chart. Remember, we could not insert the map because of the analysis of the data. Now this is the benefit of pivot tables. You can insert maps like that. So you can come here then insert maps like this. Let's do a reference here. I think we can put it the same level there. Now the beauty of this one, we can come now and then can insert a map. I think it will work this time. Yes. Yeah, so I know maps cannot work with pivot tables like that as well. Now we have the various countries there. Now instead of just removing, we can just deselect this one like that. Let me remove this filter through so that you can have all the countries. Then I'm going to do a direct reference here for all of these ones like that, then press enter. Don't know why it is bringing this one, so let me do it again. H3, shift right, control shift down, then press enter. Not to worry, I'll rename this one as well. So now from this reference data of this pivot table, we can now insert a map. Remember, the downside of inserting pivot charts is that some charts cannot work. Like you can see map won't work. But once you referenced it like this, you can, it has brought city. You can now clearly see that you can insert some graphs. Let's insert a map. Let's see, I believe it must work. Yeah, but it's okay. If it has not worked, it's okay. You can just filter through for the top. Let's even select city. Instead of country, let's select city. Yeah, like that. Can insert a map. Yeah, I know sometimes it will take time. So state, province, or country or region. So you have to insert a country. Yeah, so let's insert a country. There we have it. By the way, Mr. David, are you able to see this amazing map? Please unmute and tell me. Now, let's design this map together. It is derived from
Yes.
a pivot table. What do you think I should add? Please unmute your mic. I'll give you a hint. It's your steering right in front of it.
You can add the title.
Okay, good. The title is there. What else? We'll edit. What should the title be, by the way? Remember, it's city and products, eh?
Yeah, product number of products is it per country, or products purchased per country? Is it?
Yeah, products purchased per country, or even number of, even that title is itself self-explanatory. So take it
Yeah.
like I'm preparing you for next week. You've mentioned that you're having a presentation. So we call this one
Per
products
country.
purchased
Per country.
purchased per country. Good,
Yeah.
thank you for that. What else should I add?
The other one would be
You're staring right in front of it, Mr. David. Right in front of it.
Are you able to add the amounts labels?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right from there, Mr. David, are you able to make a decision?
Yes.
So what would you recommend?
I can see like Africa, the number of products in Africa are quite small per country.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And then is that green, the dark blue, is it Canada?
This one,
Yeah.
it's United States.
United States, sorry. Okay, that's the US. So you can say that US has is leading in terms of product count.
Yeah.
And Hmm. Yeah, but Africa is not doing well. Okay,
Okay.
some parts of Africa, yeah, some parts.
Ah,
Because I can see we have 905. I think that's Benin or Ghana,
yeah.
and then we have small amounts like the one next to this one should be Sudan or South Sudan. The one for two, South Sudan. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So you see, there is you can't really give an over or a blanket. Somewhere like Africa is not doing good, but there are some regions that are doing good, some are doing badly. South Africa is good for 61.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so
Thank you
it's not
so
so.
much. I think now you are in a position to make a really nice presentation.
Yeah,
That's really good. I'm glad you have made such good progress. Now, the thing
yeah,
about maps is two things. To design a map in Excel, you need a pivot table. I wanted you to see that. Second, the darker the color up here, the more the setting by default. So if let's say here was profit and profit here was this one, it means America is giving us the highest profit and the least being, let's say, South Sudan. Are you with me up to that point, David?
yes,
Now, in order for you to insert a map, you need to have your laptop connected to the internet. So that is a very crucial thing. So some graphs needs internet as well. Well, so far so good. That's about how we can now do pivot charts and pivot referencing and also insert the various other charts there. Now, I want you to remember we had inserted three three pivot tables, isn't it?
yes.
Yeah, so yeah, you can unmute. I think it's okay, David. You can unmute your mic with the have a discussion. So
Okay.
we can group selection or we can ungroup selection. Now to group, if let's say we're having this one as date, we could group easily in terms of a hierarchical order. Let's say like there you have the dates, you can start from the year, the quarter, the month, the day. Are you getting it like that?
Yes, yeah.
Now for this one, unfortunately, we cannot, but I'll show you in advanced Excel when we get there. Then we can also insert a timeline. Now to insert a timeline, we need to have data formatted as a column or a row. I mean, you can have the timeline formatted as a date or time. Are you with me up to that point, David?
Yes, yeah.
And the timeline is just a slicer like this one. Now, slicers are very, very important. You remember the way we've inserted a slicer for this detailed summary, the one up here.
Yeah.
Now we can also insert a slicer here as well for this and connect these three pivot tables. So we are going to click insert slicer. For example, we are going to select instead of category the segment, let us select the order priority. For example, then we are going no even profit category by the way. Then you click OK. We have three types of you have this slicer that has been inserted. Have you understood up to this point, David?
Yeah.
Now, we can come here then, we can add some bit of design, just play around with it and what have you. Then we can come here and then change the slicer name right there. Then we click hide items with no data as well. So I'm going to move like that. And now we have our slicer ready. Are we together up to that point, David?
Yeah, yeah.
Now remember for this slicer, we cannot not just have it as three rows, we can also have it as three columns. You see here under buttons,
Yeah.
we can come here then click three, then press enter. Then we have three buttons for the
Okay.
slicer category.
Mm.
Then this part for arrange, we'll look at it tomorrow, not to worry. And then let me show you how we can also navigate about the buttons and size is just how we are expanding and reducing it. Any question up to that point, David?
No question.
Right. Now, if we click high, we are only filtering for this one, okay?
Okay.
But it is not affecting these other two slicers. And by the way, you can select two part, you press Control on your keyboard and select two, then it will see the effect. So any graph that is dependent on this referenced pivot table data will change as
Change.
well.
Okay.
But remember, as we had said initially, we cannot be able to use this same one slicer for these entire three pivot tables. So that is now what we want to do. We want to come and click here under report connections. Are you with me up
Okay.
to that point?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now remember, we had sliced, we had renamed the detailed summary. Remember, we had renamed it, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Now, the reason why we rename this pivot table so that whenever we insert slicers, we can see which table are we going to pick and which table are we not going to pick.
Yeah.
Are you getting the point, David?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so we can come here, click table 3 and this PV1 that we had renamed and this current pivot table 6. Then we click OK. That is how we've connected these three pivot tables to one slicer. I hope you've understood that part.
Yeah. Yes.
So we come here now, we select, let's select medium. Let's see what will happen. It
Okay.
is changing here.
Yeah.
It has changed here, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
And it has changed here.
The maps. Yes.
So let's come do it again. It has
Okay.
changed here.
Yeah.
It has changed here. And it has changed here.
Yeah.
That is how you can connect one slicer to multiple pivot tables. Any question?
No question.
Right, let's try adding another slicer. So let's insert, let's go to pivot table analyze. That's how you can insert a pivot table slicer. Then you can insert a slicer there. Which column would you like to select except for the order and ship date?
Let's try the region.
The region?
Yeah.
Okay. You can see that the regions are quite many, isn't it? Not to worry. This one, the good thing about this part, now you can be as creative as you can even with these
Yeah.
techniques. How many columns do you like us to add to have them?
I think they should be equal.
Okay, so how many columns? Give an estimate.
They look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 10.
10 columns, isn't that quite a lot?
Oh, they can't reach 10.
They can reach 10, I'm just saying.
Ah,
It is possible actually, but you can see how it will look like.
okay.
Yeah,
Well, let's do 5.
5. Okay, let's see. Yeah, looks interesting. Let's see when you can do, how many are these? 1, 2, 3, these are 9, 10,
So I can
11,
do
12,
3.
13. So these are 9 plus 4, that's 13. So you can do them to 3 columns, isn't it?
Yeah.
3 or 4. Then you can expand it like that.
Okay.
Right, so then we come back here to slicer settings. Remember, you can rename the slicer depending on what you want. So you can rename this one to regions, and it
Regions.
will be affected here as well, and also here. So you can call this one regions, then click hide them data. So you can sort from A to Z or descending as well, from Z to A.
Okay.
That's how you want. Then you come back here to report connections, then click there and there. Then click OK. Would you like us to give it a try?
Yeah.
Yeah, give this slicer a try, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's try it. Let's select Oceania. let's hide this field list for now. So you can see Oceania, everything has changed. You can see it is 51, 15, and 10, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then you can see here, you can select even Oceania and North. You can see
Okay.
it is changing.
Yeah.
And also, because you've selected two slicers, it is possible that you can select more than one slicer at the same time. So you can come here, then click even there. So you can see the regions for Oceania and North and for which are giving us a loss.
Okay.
And you can see America is leading the number of losses, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, and South Sudan still trails the number of losses. Then you can also select medium and loss as well. So if you see no data here, then you can just uncheck like that, then you can see it will appear once again. So whenever you see that error, don't panic, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it looks like. Any question?
No question.
Yeah. So this is pivot tables in depth. I hope you've learned quite a lot yourself.
So much today. I've learned so much.
Yeah. So you can also move a pivot table.
Yeah.
Just click move. Instead of the location to D3, you can put the location to, let's say here, X3, then click OK, and it will just
Okay.
move like that.
Okay.
Or else you can cut and paste as well. So no, there's no harm in it.
Okay.
Any question?
No question. No question.
All right, so this is very insightful. We'll use whatever we've learned. You can see that we've been building up up to this point. It is
This point.
even yesterday's class is what we've been looking at. It's directly what we're applying here today.
Yes. Yeah.
So any question?
No question. No question for now.
I hope you've opened your eyes a bit to pivot tables.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally different from what I have used.
Okay, so what you are going to do tomorrow,
Yeah.
we are going to learn how we can do this one, how to come up with a very nice report.
Okay.
Right, so I think I'll stop it at there. Do you have any question or concern?
No question. No question. Thank you so much for your time.
Right, so remember, before
Yeah.
you leave, whenever you can also be posting this one on your socials. So I'm going to put this on the shape outline as that. You can add a shadow, by the way, there's no harm. Looks
Okay.
beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you can just come here and do a snipping tool like that. Then you come here to new, then just do a snapshot of that. Then you can say this is now Excel. I know people won't believe you per se,
Yeah.
but I know
Yeah.
this is Excel. So let me do it again and select like that, and the
Yeah.
shadow. Then now you can paste this one on your socials as well.
Okay.
Right, so I think I'll stop it at there.
Okay. Thank you so much, Alvin.